Okay.
Apa dokter? Dokter Zurida.
Maybe we can start now. That Miss Nurul, yeah, as our MC today. Yeah.
Okay, please wait a minute, Mr. Ongki. Hello, test. Is my voice clear?
Yep. Clear.
Okay. Oke, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning from Indonesia, Dr. Zurida. How are you? I hope you are doing good.
Yeah, good morning. Hi from Malaysia.
Okay, we are so glad today. We will have a event for visiting professor through virtually, with the theme of information system for supporting decision making. But before we start, first of all, let us say thanks to our Lord Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has given us mercies and blessings so we can get here in very good conditions. Also, salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam who have bring us from the dark to the light. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Nurul Aslamia Istiqomah today as your MC for our event today. First, the Honorable, our visiting professor from Utah, University of Tunku Abdul Razak, Malaysia, Dr. Zurida Binti Ishak. Welcome to our university virtually. And also the Honorable Mr. Onke Alexander, Dr. Hamzah as our Dean of Faculty of Information and Technology. Also, HOD of Information Engineering, Mr. Dianugraha. And all our beloved student who has joined us today. Okay. Actually, the event with Utah or the University of Tengku Abdul Razak is our very first event. Even if
Sorry, Miss Nurul.
Yeah.
It's Tengku Abdul Rahman. It's not Razak.
Tengku.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, Tengku Abdul Rahman. Okay. It's our very first event, yeah, Mr. Ongki. And we are very glad we finally have a collaboration. And as an opening of our collaboration, we have visiting professor. And we'll have a something I believe that very valuable to share with us today. Okay, so I will explain our agenda today. First, we will have a registration. Next, maybe we can share, or maybe is it already been shared, Mr. Onki, through apa chat box for
Not
the
yet.
not yet, yeah. Okay, maybe we'll need help from committee to share. What is it? Absensi, yeah. Okay. And then
Yes,
the
yeah.
next one, we have opening and greeting. Continue with JGU Mars and JGU profile video. Next, welcoming remarks by Dean of Faculty of Engineering and Computer Science. Continued with introductions of the speaker by moderator. And the next one will be our main event, which is the public lecture, Information System for Supporting Decision Making. Continued with Q&A session and close with token of appreciations and photo sessions. Of course, with our visiting professor today, and will be closed by MC. Okay, before we start our agenda today, let's say Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, the next one will be Jeju Mars and Jeju profile video will be played by our moderator today. To Miss Awa, please, time is yours.
Recording in progress.
Menuju cita-cita mulia. Dengan tekad suci mengabdi, menuju cita-cita mulia. Dengan ilmu dan teknologi, mendidik dan membangun bangsa. Jakarta Global University, jiwa ragamu untuk negeri. Bersama genggam dunia untuk kejayaan bangsa negara. Membentuk insan yang mumpuni, mengubah hidup, memperdaya masa depan. Jakarta Global University, jiwa ragamu untuk negeri. Bersama genggam dunia untuk kejayaan bangsa negara. JKU terdepan dalam prestasi, kami bangga ada di sini. Jakarta Global University.
Okay, thank you. Next, continued with Jeju profile video.
JGU, Jakarta Global University. Founded in 1972 as the Jakarta School of Technology or STTJ. Focuses on the fields of science related to technology. In 2019, STTJ was transformed into an institute. with the addition of new programs in the health sector, which later changed its name to the Jakarta Institute of Technology and Health, ITKJ. This transformation was also marked by the groundbreaking of the new campus building. In the same year, ITKJ merged its institution with the Penguji School of Economy, STIEP, with the addition of 4 new programs in the fields of economy and business. In 2020, ITKJ and STIEP officially become Jakarta Global University, a modern university with international standard facilities and 21st century education system. Currently, Jakarta Global University or JGU has 10 study programs with educational levels, ranging from diploma, bachelor, master and doctoral collaborative programs. It is a form of concern for the world of education. JGU also provides various scholarship programs, including government scholarship, foster parents, transforming lives scholarship, enrichment scholarship, academic achievement improvement, and other various scholarships. As a campus that carries a global concept in its education system, JGU collaborates with several campuses abroad such as Malaysia, Japan, China, Ireland, and Turkey. This international collaboration fully supports the GMP or Global Mobility Program, which presents various programs such as Joint Degree Program, a collaborative class between JGU and MSU or Management and Science University, Malaysia, with recognition of degree certificate from each university, where students will study for 6 semesters at JGU and 2 semesters studying at MSU. Apart from the Joint Degree Program, JGU also presents other global programs, such as International Student Exchange, International Internship, and International Study Tour. By carrying out the 21st century education teaching system, JGU presents a learning experience that prioritizes student skill development, which is manifested in the GEMS program, or Graduate Employability Skills, PEC or Personal Enrichment Competencies, and also mentoring. To maintain a good ecosystem for industrial absorption, JGU prioritizes the interests of a symbiotic mutualism relationship with the industry, whereas a campus institution that carries global education, JGU encourages collaboration in the field of research and absorption of industrial workers. In addition to focus on the academic field, JGU also plays an active role in developing abilities and mindset of students in the entrepreneurship field. Not only those applied to the curriculum, students are also facilitated with several other programs, which are integrated with government programs, such as Student Entrepreneurship Program, Student Creativity Program, and any other external funding programs. Jakarta Global University, transforming lives, enriching future.
Okay, thank you so much. Please give applause to Jakarta Global University. Okay, the next agenda will be welcoming speech from Dean of Faculty of Engineering and Computer Science, Dr. Hamzah. To Dr. Hamzah, please, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and warm greeting to everyone. Distinguished our esteemed guest today, joining us virtually, Dr. Zorida binti Ishaq from University Tun Abdul Rahman, Malaysia, University Tunku Abdul Rahman, UTAR, Head of Department, fellow faculty members, researchers, students, and honor guests from both university. It's a great honor for us to represent the Faculty of Engineering and Computer Science in delivering the opening remark for this visiting professor lecture, themes information system for supporting decision making. The presence of Dr. Zorida binti Ishaq is a tremendous privilege and a valuable opportunity to enrich our academic and professional perspective with the faculty. Dr. Zorida binti Ishaq is a distinguished academic and practitioner with a strong track record in information system, analytic, and technology for decision making. Her presence here offers a rare opportunity for our community to learn directly from her research and implementation experience in both regional and international levels. We are grateful for Dr. Zorida's willingness to share her time, ideas, and insight, which will be highly relevant for educators, researchers, and students developing expertise in data analysis, decision support system, and integration of technology in managerial and operational processes. Today, information system for supporting decision making is highly aligned with the mission of Faculty of Engineering and Computer Science to produce competent, adaptive graduate who can meet the demand of increasingly digitalized society and industry. I would like to highlight several points to relevant. Modern organization face fast and diverse data flow. Effective information system are essential tools for filtering, analyzing, and presenting meaningful insight to decision maker. The developing information system is not all about technology. It involves process design, stakeholder communication, and the implementation of evidence-based decision-making methodologies. Faculty is responsible for preparing graduate and researchers who not only understand algorithm and system architecture, but also grasp business context and ethic, the social implementation, the social implication of the decision generated by information system. Visiting professor activities like this open door for research collaboration, joint publication, and knowledge exchange between institutions. Sorry, accelerating our achievement of international academic standard. As we proceed with today's session, I hope we can achieve several tangible outcomes, practical conceptual understanding. Participant will gain practical framework for designing and evaluating information system that support decision-making processes. Research and implementation inspiration faculty and the student will be asked to formulate new research idea, pilot project, or curriculum that integrate analytic and information system in local context. Starting academic and professional network, this event foster communication and collaboration between our faculty and UTAR, as well as other attending institutions, paving the way for student exchange, joint research, and collaborative publication. I extend my sincere appreciation and thanks to all parties who have worked diligently to prepare this event, especially the visiting professor lecture committee, the relevant department. Special thanks to Dr. Zurida for her generosity and sharing her knowledge today. Finally, I invite all attendees to participate in this session with enthusiasm, to ask questions actively, and to take note of potential collaboration opportunities. May this academic gathering enrich our scholarly capacity and bring meaningful impact to our teaching, research, and community service. Enjoy the lecture. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much to Dr. Hamzah for the welcoming remarks. The next agenda will be introductions of the speakers by our moderator, Mr. Ongki Alexander. So Mr. Ongki, please, time is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Nurul. Good morning, everyone. Once again, welcome to the Visiting Professor organized by Jakarta Global University in collaboration with University Tunku Abdul Rahman, Malaysia. My name is Ongki Alexander, and it is an honor for me to serve you as your moderator for today's session. We are truly delighted to have with us Dr. Zurida binti Ishak, Assistant Professor at University Tunku Abdul Rahman, Utah, Malaysia. Dr. Zurida holds a PhD in Information Science from University Kebangsaan Malaysia and a Master degree in Computer Science from University Science Malaysia. She is an expert in information system, UI/UX design, and digital transformation with numerous publications in international journal and IEEE conference. Her research focuses on user-centered interface design, business intelligence, and decision support system. So today, Dr. Zurida system for supporting decision making. So without further ado, please welcome Dr. Zurida binti Ishak. Dr. Zurida, the screen is yours.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ongki, the Director of PR and Industrial Linkages, for inviting me to this session, the virtual session. And thank you also to MC, our beautiful MC today, Ms. Nurul Aslamia, and to the Honorable the Dean of FISE, Dr. Hamzah. Nice to meet you. And also the HOD, Mr. Dian. Mr. Dian is our ex-student from MSU, is it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Dian. And all the lecturers and students who are attending today. I'm very glad to share my knowledge today with the JGU students. And then Can I share my slide now?
Yeah, sure, Dato.
Okay, so thank you again for inviting me to give a lecture on the information systems for supporting decision making. Basically, this is the subject that I taught for a few years lah. Information system or management information systems. For me, this is my favorite subject also because we know that the business are operated a lot efficiently using the information systems. And to share knowledge about information systems is my privilege lah. So these are the table of content, what I'm going to deliver today. Maybe some of it I will go into detail, but some of it I will just go to the surface, maybe because of the time also. So I will give the definition first about the information systems. We must know how to differentiate between IT and information systems because many of the students, they are confused with IT and what is information systems, what are the applications. So first you must know this one first. And then how information, the dimensions of information systems, we must know what are basically the components in the information systems and how information systems are transforming business. We can see that nowadays business are very competitive with one another. They are doing the same business, but they have to gain customers. They have to retain, they have to find new customers. And how the information system can help the businesses to maintain in the market. And then the second part is business value of improved decision making. So as we know, in order for the business or company to move forward in the market, they need data to make decision on which direction they have to go, what are the strategies they need to do, how to get the new customers. So they need a lot of data. And this, they have to make a lot of decisions. Okay, so you will learn about types of decisions because decision is not only made by the top management. Basically, even the operational level also, they have to make decisions, like daily operation decisions. And they also have the middle managers. So all levels of workers in the organizations or company, they have to make decision. And then high velocity automated decision making. So when we talk about decision making in a business or how the information system support the decision making, we will go into a more specific area, which is business intelligence. So without the knowledge, or if first start with the data. So if they don't have enough data, they cannot, they don't have enough information. And without enough information, they cannot come up with the knowledge. And without enough knowledge, they cannot have the intelligence. Okay, so we will talk about the business intelligence environment and then BI and analytics capabilities. And then who are the business intelligence users? So the first part is the introduction. What is the information systems? Okay, basically information system supported by the IT. So when we talk about IT, it refers to the hardware and software a business uses to achieve its objectives. Okay, before it starts with the information system, we should have hardware and software. So hardware is basically but physical devices that we use, such as computers, servers, routers, mobile devices. So we know that in the organization, the workers or the staff, when they want to use the system, they need to use computer, laptop. So all this, we call it as physical devices or hardware. So when we want to connect to the internet, we will use servers, routers, right? So hardware should have. And then software includes programs and applications that process and manage data, such as if you want to do a document, you use the Microsoft Office. When you want to store data, you use database, right? So these are the software, and it depends on the company what type of software they want to use based on their budget, their business process, and so on. So the purpose of IT is to provide the tools and infrastructure which needed to collect, store, process, and share information efficiently. Okay, for example, a company uses laptops, which is hardware, and they will use cloud storage, which is software, and accounting program, okay, which is software, to manage sales records and financial reports. Okay, so that is IT. Information system is a set of interrelated components. Okay, interrelated components consist of people who use the information system, no matter who they are. Maybe they are the top management, they are supervisor, maybe they are just like a cashier. Okay, so those are people. And then it also involves processes. So in accounting department, they have their own processes. In human resource, they will use system which has their own process. Maybe in purchasing department, they have their own process. Okay, and then the third one is hardware. What are the hardware they are using? And also the software. So for the accounting, they will use accounting software. For the HR, they will use HR software. Okay, so this software so these components work together to collect, process, store, and distribute information. So this is information system. The functions of information system is to support decision making and control, which helps managers make better data-driven decisions and monitor operations. Okay, and the second one, the function is to assist in analysis and visualization, which enables data analysis through dashboards, charts, and reports, and then support product creation, helps to design, develop, and improve products and services using digital tools. For example, an airline's reservation systems. So I think everyone here used to use the reservation system, airlines reservation system like AirAsia, okay, something like this. So the reservation system, when you use the reservation system, it will collect the booking data. You book the destination that you want to go, when you want to go, how many person, what class. So all these are the data that the airlines reservation system collect from us. And then after we have input all the booking data, it will processes the flight schedules. It will give you all the schedules of the flight according maybe to your budget, maybe to the time, to your time that you choose. And then they will provide real-time seat availability. So you can choose seat, you can choose any package or luggage, insurance. Okay, so it will help both customers and management make informed decisions. So all the information in the reservation system will help us as a customer to make decisions which flight is the best for us according to our budget and so on. Okay, and then we will talk about data. So data are raw facts and figures without context or meaning. For example, my name, okay, Zurida Ishak, it's just a data. It doesn't have any meaning because sometimes people also do not know whether I am male or female. If they are not Muslim, maybe they are in different country, they also do not know whether I am male or female, how old I am, they do not know. Okay, so that is data. It doesn't have any meaning without any context. And it could be numbers, text, dates, or observations collected from activities or transactions. So the data can be transformed or shaped into meaningful or useful form that we call as information. So information is data that has been processed, organized, or presented in a meaningful way, making it useful for decision making. So when we analyze all the data that we have collected, it will we collect in a given context, so it will becomes information. Okay. So I hope that you understand the meaning of information system and IT. Okay, so if you look at this figure, you can see that we have collected all the data here. Okay, this is all the data, but when we organize the data, it will become an information. Okay. So activities in an information system that produce information. So input, as we know, is the process of collecting and capturing raw data from the organization or its environment. So if it's an airline reservation system, the input comes from the mobile apps. Sometimes we download the mobile apps, so we book through that, or maybe we can just use the website. Okay, so those are the input process of collecting and capturing raw data. So the purpose is to feed the system with data that will later be processed. Okay, for example, from the cashier, when we want to pay at the counter in the supermarket, so the sales figures will be entered by a cashier. And then in school system, we have the students' attendance and data recorded. Okay, just now I saw that you give the QR code for the attendance, right? So when you scan that, so it has system that will process the attendance that show that you attend the talk. Okay, and then data also can be collected by the sensor readers. Okay, any census readers also collecting data. So the processing involves converting, organizing, and analyzing the input data into a more meaningful form. Okay, so for example, we have the sales from the daily transactions. So we will calculate the total monthly sales from every day. Okay, then we can come out with the results, and the results can becomes a information for us to make decision. And then for the attendance, for example, we can sort the students' names alphabetically. Okay, so that is the process involved. And then generating reports or summaries from large data sets. So processing means that we want to transform the data into information. The process involved to transform data into information. So the output refers to the distribution of processed information to the people or systems that need it. So output is the results from the processed information, and we want to share it to others. So the purpose is to present results that support decision making, control, or communication. For example, we print out the sales reports for the management. And then we send email alert to customers about order status. So those are the output. Okay, so if you can see here, these are the environment here. And this is the organization, and this is the information system that they are using. The environment involves the suppliers, customers, competitors, stockholders, and regulatory agency. So the environment basically are the information system used, and the organization must have the type of information system that they can communicate and collect data from all these stakeholders. Like customers, maybe they are using the CRM. Suppliers, maybe they are using SCM. Okay, maybe regulatory agencies, they have a website. Okay, competitors, maybe the website as well. Okay, so this is how the information system functions in collecting information and sharing information as well. Okay, so when you look at the dimension of information system, so the information systems cannot work alone. Yeah, it should have people to use it, and it should be in the organizations. So if we look here, there are three dimensions of information systems. So number one is the organizations. So I will explain one by one. Organizations. So organization is a formal social structure that coordinates people, resources, and activities to achieve specific goals. So how organizations works, normally organizations coordinate work through the structured hierarchy. So every organization, they should have a hierarchy. Who is the top management? Who is the middle managers? Who are the operational people? Because if we do not organize, or if the company doesn't have the hierarchy, it is difficult for us when we have the information system in terms of the access to the system, because different people at a different level in the hierarchy, they have different roles. Okay, different roles. So we must really specify the roles of people in the organization, maybe based on their hierarchy. So it's easier for us to assign the access to the system, because the system, information system, as we mentioned before this, it has the interrelated components. So if you are the operational level, maybe you just use part of the information system. Maybe certain modules only you can access. You are not going to use everything, because we know the information system, if it's a large organization, it's going to be a large system. Okay, if it's small, then it's easier to manage, right? We don't really have the hierarchy if it's a very small company. And then organization also coordinate work through business processes. Okay, business processes. So business processes are sets of related tasks and behaviors that people in an organization follow to produce a product or service, achieve goals, or manage resources. So every company, every organization, they have their business process. The importance of the business process is that it can be a reference to the staff to follow what they need to do. If you work in a company that doesn't have the business process, they give you instruction to do something, but they don't give you process. How are you going to do your work? Correct? You will be so stressful. So if the company have a nice business process, then we can convert it into the system systematically. So our work become more systematic. So that is business process. For example, if you want to apply leave, there must be a process by your organization how to apply leave. And you will use the information system to apply leave. Okay, step by step. Maybe before this, without the information system, you just fill up the manual form, right? So that is also business process, but it's manual. So there are many disadvantages of manual processes. Maybe you can like lost the papers, the form, it can be. So that's why we digitalize many of the processes. So business processes. So there are many business processes, and the business processes basically are unique from company to another company. Maybe JDU also have different business process when the students want to register as a new student. Like UTAR, maybe we have different business process. Of course, because JDU, maybe they have different system and maybe entry requirement, and UTAR also maybe have different requirements. So we will have a different business process, and maybe we will have a different information system. Okay, organizational culture is a shared system of values, beliefs, and assumptions that shape how people behave and make decisions within an organization. So it reflects how things are done in the company. So different company have different culture in decision making, okay, in different. Okay, because the culture in the organization will never be the same. It will be cultivated by the management and how they get things done. Okay, so the culture will influences how employees use the technology and share information, and how decisions are made, and how customers are treated. Okay, I think there are more culture that influences the business process. It depends on the company. So this is just the examples that I give. Okay, for example, a company that values innovation might encourage employees to experiment with new ideas. Okay, and another example, a company that values cost efficiency might emphasize automation and strict procedures. So you look back at your organization, what type of culture that your company values. Okay, the second dimension is the people. So information system is not just technology, it depends heavily on the people who design the system, manage, and use the system. Without skilled and motivated people, even the most advanced technology will fail to deliver results. Some of the organizations, they have a big budget. So they invest, in the good information system. But they don't see whether the staff or the employees are ready to accept the technology. They are not being trained enough. Maybe they are not motivated enough. So sometimes it will fail to be used. So skilled people are needed to build, maintain, and use systems. So we need skilled people to build the system, okay, to maintain and to use the systems. So building, we need specialists such as system analysts, programmers, and IT architects to design and develop the information system. For example, software engineers develop a company's e-commerce platform. To maintain, we need like IT technicians or database administrators to ensure systems run smoothly, securely, and are regularly updated. For example, network engineers, they can maintain server uptime and cybersecurity. So the users can be the end users like managers, employees, customers who rely on the system to perform daily tasks, to make decisions, and to communicate. So for example, sales staff use the CRM, Customer Relationship Management Systems, to track customer interactions and sales. Employee attitudes affect system. So even, like I mentioned just now, even if the system is well designed, it will not succeed if employees accept and use it it can only be a success if employees can accept and use it effectively. So we must know the positive attitudes and negative attitudes when we want to introduce the information system to the staff. Positive attitudes like they open to change because they used to use the old system, they already like used to it. And when you change, they will sometimes they don't want like resistance to use it. And they should be willing to learn new technologies to increase the productivity. Some of the staff, like the senior staff, they sometimes they do not want to learn the new technology. So my experience, I can share like in the hospital in Malaysia, they like digitalize everything. It was like few years back, the doctor have to use tab. So many doctors are like complaining about the usage of tabs. Because they say maybe it takes time, to write on the tab and to learn. So they will always give this type of feedback. But the implementation of the technology, the acceptance of the usage of the technology will take time. We cannot force the staff to like to use the technology in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. No, it takes years sometimes. Okay, so the company must take the risk, the challenges to motivate the staff to use the new technologies. Because nowadays technologies are very fast, change. Now we are going to robotics and everything. So everyone must cope, must adapt to the new technology. If they want to maintain in their job, to retain their job. If not, other people will come and take over your job. So therefore, we need to train, motivate, to the staff for the successful system adoption. The roles of managers. So managers plays a central role in connecting people, processes, and technologies. So they are the ones who make sure information systems serve business goals. So the roles like perceived business challenges, they need to identify problems or opportunities where information systems can help. For example, when they look at the information system, the data collected, they notice declining customer satisfaction and they decide to use an analytics system to find the cause. So manager must really take advantage of using the information system. Set organizational strategy. So they will use information system to decide long-term direction and goals. For example, CEO set strategy to go digital first using e-commerce and mobile apps. So everything that we use today, the technology, actually comes from the decision making, strategic decision making by the top management. If they don't use the information system, they will be lag behind because everyone is using e-commerce nowadays, mobile apps. So we should go for that. The company should go for that. Allocate resources, decide how to use people, money, and technology effectively. So the IT manager allocates budget for new cloud servers and staff training. Okay, we should allocate budget. If you want to go ahead with the competitors, the company should have budget for the IT implementation, IS implementation, especially for the cloud servers and the security parts. Creative work, develop new products, services, or solutions using IT. For example, marketing manager uses social media analytics to design new campaigns. Because nowadays, social media can be a platform for the company to know what the preferences from the user or customer. And social media is used widely, aggressively to do the marketing. So this one. So the third dimension is the technology. Technology is the core enabler of information system. Without technology, then we cannot collect, process, store, and share data efficiently. So the technology include hardware, software, data management systems, networking, and telecommunications. Okay, so all these will form the IT infrastructure. So when the company wants to adapt or use the information system, they must look at the company's IT infrastructure first, whether they need to improve, they need to upgrade, buy new one. Okay, so the company should look at their capabilities first of the IT infrastructure. So IT infrastructure is the foundation or platform on which information systems are built. If you want to have a nice house, okay, you must have the infrastructure, the building, the framework, okay, something like this. So it consists of all the technological resources that support business operations, management, and decision making. Okay. So as I have mentioned just now, computer hardware is the physical devices used for information processing. And then computer software is programs that tell hardware what to do. So there are system software and application software. So the software is used by the users to perform their tasks from data entry, maybe to the complex analytics. It depends on their role. Data management technology refers to the tools and techniques for organizing, storing, and retrieving data efficiently and securely. So it involves databases like MySQL, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, and then database management system that handle data access and control. The roles of data management technology is to ensure that data is accurate, consistent, and available for analysis and reporting. For example, a customer database stores customer profiles, purchase histories, and feedback. And this data will be used for personalized marketing, maybe in the social media, like in the Facebook. Networking and telecommunications technology. So this technology basically a hardware and software that connects computers and devices, allowing data and information to be shared and communicated between users and systems. So it includes internet, web, intranets, extranets, voice and video communications. Okay, so now we know the dimensions of information system. The next one is how information systems are transforming businesses. So over the last 20 years, companies worldwide have spent trillions of dollars on technology infrastructure, software, data systems, and digital tools. These investments are not just for computers or networks, but for digital transformation. Okay, so we believe now we don't really use the paper form anymore. Everything is online. So digital transformation is using technology to improve every part of the business, from production to marketing to customer service. Even the marketing nowadays also, we don't really print out the flyers or brochure. We just use Canva, to create flyers. Then we just upload in the social media so everyone can look at it. As a result, business models, customer interactions, and even entire industries have changed dramatically. Okay, the retail moving to the online retailing, then all the banking becoming digital. Okay, so nowadays the bank also, we just use apps, to transfer money, and for the payment also we just use the apps. We barely bring the physical money nowadays, right? We just scan the QR code or we just use card. Internet and the internet connects companies with customers, suppliers, and partners globally. So it breaks down the geographical barriers. The mobile platforms such as smartphones, tablets, apps has made it possible for business to reach customers anywhere and anytime. For example, food delivery apps, like in Malaysia, the most two famous are the GrabFood and the Foodpanda. E-commerce platforms, the most popular one in Malaysia, like Shopee and Lazada, and mobile banking apps. So every bank, they have their banking apps. So these apps are becoming everyday tools. Businesses now rely on websites, social media, and mobile apps as key channels for sales, marketing, and customer service. Effective supply chain management has become a key to business efficiency. So when we talk about supply chain management, it involves coordinating the flow of materials, information, and finances from suppliers to customers. With IT systems such as ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, and IoT, businesses can track products in real time, manage inventory accurately, and respond quickly to changes in demand. So because of the online platform nowadays, there are high volumes of purchases by the customer, right? Most of us nowadays, we just buy online. So the company should have a very efficient ERP or supply chain management to monitor their stock, their orders, and so on. Yeah, because if we, as a customer, when we order, there is out of stock, so it will be bad impact to the company business. For example, companies like Amazon, Lazada, Shopee, like Toyota, they use advanced SCM systems to ensure fast delivery, reduce waste, and minimize costs. A strong supply chain systems gives a business a competitive advantage in speed, reliability, and customer satisfaction. So if the company have a very good supply chain system, they actually will be ahead in the market. So we talk about competitive advantage. That means they have advantage over their competitors in terms of the speed in delivering the products. For example, we buy today, tomorrow we will get the product. So it will be ahead from its competitors. Okay, in customer satisfaction. Use of social networks to communicate with customers. Social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, LinkedIn are now major communication and marketing tools. The businesses use the social media to engage directly with customers. So we will always get the personalized marketing. Whenever you browse or you search in the social media, suddenly your wall will be, raining with the marketing from specific products. And then business also use social media to get feedback, provide support, and to promote their products. Social media analytic tools also help businesses understand customer preferences and behavior. So if they use the like Facebook and so on, they basically will give you analytics. Okay, this one is a different topic. Cannot be explained now. The usage of the social media, to do marketing and so on. For example, a brand might run social media campaigns, respond to comments, and use influencers to build loyalty and awareness. Because one of the topic in the information system is the usage of social media. Okay, but I did not include in the slides today. Digital advertising growing faster than traditional advertising. Traditional advertising, we know advertisement through TV, radio, newspapers, and billboards. Digital advertising, we can use search engines like Google Ads in social media, websites, mobile apps. So this digital advertising has grown much faster because it can target the specific audiences. So if you want to promote your product through Facebook, for example, you can select. There are options or setting there. Like in Malaysia, we can select which states that we want the posting to go through, how large the audience, the views that we want. Okay, so we can set the specific audience that we want, but we have to pay. There are certain payment depends on your setting. And the digital advertising can be measurable based on the clicks. Okay, if the user clicks on the ads, so we can measure how many. And then engagement, conversions can be tracked. So the Facebook analytics, it can give you the conversion rates also. Cost effective, less expensive, and more flexible. Actually, when you pay like Google Ads, it's less expensive than you want to pay for the billboard. Okay. And billboard is not interactive. It's not attractive enough. Many businesses now spend more on online and mobile ads that rather than traditional media because customers spend more time online. Laws requiring businesses to store more data for longer periods. So governments now impose data retention and protection laws to ensure transparency, accountability, and security. For example, in Malaysia, we have PDPA. I'm not sure in Indonesia what type of law that you are using for the data retention, data privacy. And businesses must keep records of transactions, communications, and customer data for specific periods. And these are useful for audits, legal compliance, or security investigations. This has increased the demand for data management systems, cloud storage, and cybersecurity solutions. Continue is not just big decisions that can cost the firm a great deal or reap big rewards. So the possible to measure value of improved decision making. Why we want to measure it? In business, decisions affect costs. Any decisions that the management made or any of the staff made is actually affect costs, revenues, customer satisfaction, and long-term strategy. If you can quantify the improvement from better decisions, you can justify investing in tools like knowledge management systems, analytics, or AI. So how are you going to measure your decision making? Baseline performance. Okay, baseline performance. It will measure current decision outcomes. For example, average delivery time. So we can collect the data on the delivery time, whether it's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, customer churn rate, and profit margins. And then introduce improvements. This could be a new forecasting system, better training, or access to real-time data. Then we can compare the results. We can calculate differences in performance after the change. Like we can calculate the delivery time drops by 10%, which saves 500,000 per year in fuel and labor. Okay. So decisions can be made at all levels of the firm. There are levels of decision, strategic by top management, and it has long-term impact. Like we want to enter a new market from food delivery to other business. Like we have Grab before this, we know Grab is for transportation, but during the pandemic, the strategic decision was to convert it to the food delivery, okay, by using the available or existing resources. And then we have the tactical level made by the middle managers, and the focus is medium term, like adjusting the pricing strategy based on the salary day, maybe based on the festive season. So we will adjust the pricing strategy. So it's just a medium term focus. And operational level will be made by the line employees day-to-day execution, like how to handle a customer return. The customer wants to return the product that they buy. So it's like everyday issue lah, everyday problem. So we have a specific way to handle it. Some are common, some are routine and numerous. So many operational decisions are repetitive and there are minor issues only, right? And each one of the decision have small financial impact. Improving hundreds of thousands of small decisions add up. If each improved decision saves even a tiny amount, the total impact can be massive because these decisions happen so often. So let's say if the call center agents make 200,000 small service decisions per year, that means they try to solve the issues every day from the customer who call, like they not satisfied with something. So each improved decision saves 2 ringgit in time, materials or customer retention value. Okay, the customer will stay with us because we can solve their issues when they call the customer service. Let's say the improved decision save, like in Malaysia, 2 ringgit lah. Okay, 2 ringgit in time. So the call agent center just now, yeah, she made 200,000. So 200,000 times 2 ringgit. So 400,000 ringgit we can save the cost of decision making, operational decision making. Okay, so we must look into that. Decision making actually can save costs for the company. So this is why decision support systems, analytics tools, and well-structured knowledge repositories are so valuable because small gains in decision quality can compound quickly. So if you look at the table here, I give example of the decision value, who are the decision maker, the number of annual decisions, okay, how many times they have to make decisions in a year. And this is the estimated value of a single improved decisions. Every time they make decisions, they can gain this value. And this is the annual value that we can save based on the decisions by these people. Okay, so just now I have mentioned about the types of decision. The types of decisions, there are 3: unstructured decision, structured decision, and semi-structured decision. So this decision was made by the different level in the organization hierarchy. Unstructured decisions basically are the problems or situations that are novel, important, and non-routine. So you make this decision, not everyday decision. It's unstructured. So there's no established method or formula to solve this decision or these issues. And the decision makers rely heavily on the judgment, intuition, and creativity. Who usually makes this unstructured decision? Basically, they are the senior executives, the project leaders, the strategists, the CEO. Okay, so these are the people. For example, decision that they make is to acquire another company. They want to buy another company. You are not going to buy a new company every day, right? Maybe when your company is already stable, have a lot of money, then you decide to buy another company. Okay. And then choosing a new product concept to launch in an emerging market, because there are a lot of competitors nowadays, so you decide to coming out with a new product. So you are not going to come up with a new product every day, unless you maybe open a restaurant, maybe you want to cook different meal every day, that is okay. But if it's something like this one, you cannot make it every day. Then the structured decisions, problems that are repetitive and routine, where there is a clear established procedure to follow every time. And this decision can be automated because it's the same. The solution is the same. So we can be automated. Who usually makes this decision? The operational staff, the automated systems, or junior managers. Like in Malaysia, we have kiosks to order KFC, McDonald's, maybe in Indonesia also have. So, you know, when ordering process is automated, can be automated because it's the same. User will choose the menu and then how many, then they will pay. Okay. For example, approving a loan application based on fixed credit score criteria also can be the structured decision because we already have the criteria, we just follow and we can just approve the loan application. Processing payroll for employees also a structured decision. Semi-structured decision is a mixed structured and unstructured elements. Part of the problem is clear-cut and can be handled with established rules, but another part requires human judgment. So we have the solution, but we still have to think first before we make the judgment. Who usually makes this decision? The middle managers, the analysts, or teams combining data with experience. For example, approving a marketing budget, okay, the total spending limit might be set. That is the structure. But deciding how to allocate funds to different channels requires judgment. This is unstructured. The second example is to decide on a supplier. We want to choose the supplier. So the price and quality can be compared objectively. So we can see the price and we can see the quality of the product and we can compare. So it's a structured. We already have the information or data. But to evaluate the long-term reliability requires subjective assessment. So we need to have judgment also in terms of the long-term reliability, whether if we buy from this supplier, in long term, how it's going to be. Okay. Okay, so if we look at here, the unstructured basically made by the senior management, and these are the examples of the decision. Semi-structured by the middle management, and the structured basically will be handled by the operational management. Okay, decision made by the operational management. The next one is high velocity automated decision making. Okay, so this slide basically look at the growth of systems for executing high velocity decision making, such as financial trading programs. It can be made possible through computer algorithms for highly structured decision. Some decisions are so structured and rule-based that a computer can follow a precise set of instructions to produce the correct outcome every time, taking the orders. Okay. High-speed computer trading is the example. So in financial markets, algorithmic trading systems scan the market data and place buy or sell orders in fractions of a second based on pre-programmed rules. So if you are using the system, it can make decisions very fast. These rules might be based on price changes, market patterns, or new feeds. Why we use this system? Because of the speed. Yeah, trades can be executed in nanoseconds, much faster than any human can react. And it's a volume, can handle thousands of transactions simultaneously. But it requires safeguards to ensure proper operation and regulations because algorithms can make mistakes at high speed. And if it's made mistakes, then the errors can multiply rapidly as well. They might react to faulty data or unexpected market conditions. and causing instability. What are the potential safeguards? We can kill the switches, we can do simulations and stress tests. Okay, so this is the most important part, is the business intelligence. So what is business intelligence? It's a vendor-defined term for the overall infrastructure that collects, stores, integrates, and presents data so that decision makers can use it effectively. So the key components here are the warehousing. Warehousing is a centralized storage for structured business data where it can store sales, finance, and customer records. Integrating means bringing together data from multiple sources, because when we want to make decision, we need to take the data from multiple sources, like from the database, from the CRM, from the ERP, from the IoT sensors into a consistent format. Reporting is generating periodic summaries, dashboards, and scorecards for managers. Analyzing to explore trends, patterns, and performance metrics to understand the past and monitor current status. So in decision making, if decision making is a kitchen, BI is the whole kitchen setup. We have the fridge, because we store all the food there in the fridge. And in business intelligence, it's like a data warehouse. Some people have a very big fridge, Goldcast, in Indonesia, Goldcast fridge, refrigerator. Maybe some of the people, maybe they have more than one fridge in their house. They have pantry. Okay, maybe they have a space to store all the food stocks. Okay, it's an integrated sources, and the utensils is a reporting tools. Then the chef is the manager. So the chef must decide what meals that he wants to prepare based on the resources that or data that he has in the fridge, in the Goldcast. So meals is the decisions. Finally, what meals that he wants to cook. Okay. Business analytics is another vendor-defined term, but it focuses specifically on the methods and tools for analyzing data, often using statistical, predictive, and machine learning techniques. We can use Hadoop. Hadoop is a framework for storing and processing large data sets across distributed systems. So Hadoop is a big data infrastructure. OLAP is online analytical processing. If you're learning data analytics, so you will learn about OLAP. It's a tool that lets you interactively analyze multi-dimensional data, such as drilling down from yearly sales to monthly to daily. Analytics encompasses descriptive analytics. So when you want to do analytics, you must decide what types of analytics that you want to do. So if it's descriptive analytics, it has different methods. What happened? You want to know what happened, so you will use descriptive analytics. That we have diagnostic analytics also. Why it happened. If something happened, we want to know why, so we need to run the diagnostic analytics. And then we have also predictive analytics. What will happen? We predict what will happen. And then prescriptive analytics, what to do about it. So there are 4 analytics: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive analytics. So different analytics here have different methods and different data that you need to do that. So major vendors are the companies that provide business intelligence and business analytic tools, platforms, and services. Like SAP, known for ERP systems, but also offers SAP Business Objects for BI and SAP Analytic Cloud. Oracle provides Oracle BI Oracle Analytics Cloud, and data warehousing solutions. IBM offers IBM Cognos Analytics, IBM Watson for AI-powered analytics. SAS specializes in advanced analytics, statistical modeling, and data mining. Microsoft offers Microsoft Power BI, Azure Synapse Analytics, and SQL Server Analysis Services, SSAS. So in business intelligence, there are environment, 6 elements in the BI environment. So one is data from the business environment. This is the raw material, comes from internal sources and external sources. So internal sources such as sales transactions, customer records, production logs. Okay, external sources can be market trends, competitor information, government statistics, or social media feeds. And it could be structured in tables, or the data can be semi-structured in XML or JSON, or unstructured data from emails, videos, and sensor data. The second one is BI infrastructure. This is the back-end foundation that stores, processes, and manages data. It includes data warehouses, data marts, data lakes. Okay, and here we can use Hadoop or Spark. And here we use these tools to ensure data is clean, integrated, and accessible. So the third one is business analytics toolset. This is the brains for analysis. It includes statistical tools, predictive modeling software, the OLAP tools just now, the type of analysis that you want to do, machine learning platforms, and dashboards. Example is SAS, R language, Python analytics libraries, Microsoft Analysis Services. The fourth one is the managerial users and methods. This is the human element where managers, analysis executives use to interpret the data. And the methods could be strategic planning, forecasting, KPI tracking, or scenario modeling. Then, after we have made the decision, we need to deliver using the delivery platform like MIS, DSS, or ESS. ESS is Executive Support System. So MIS will deliver routine reports for operational managers. DSS, Decision Support System, is an interactive tool for solving semi-structured problems. ESS is high-level dashboards for senior executives to monitor strategic performance. So now you know the different types of information system used for decision making. For MIS, for operational managers, DSS for the middle managers because it involves semi-structured problems, interactive tools, okay, to solve the semi-structured problems. ESS for the senior executive, they just monitor the dashboard because they want the simplified information only, like the statistics. Okay, so they just want to look at the figures. So they just need the high-level dashboards. User interface is the front-end experience for users to interact with the system. It could be dashboards, mobile apps, web portals, or even voice assistants. It depends on who are the user just now, whether it's an MIS user, ESS or DSS user. Okay, so if we look at here, you can see this data comes from the business environment, whether it's an internal data or external sources. Okay, this is the infrastructure. This is the, just now that I have explained just now, this is the tool set. This is the user. Okay, this is the platform. And these are the output from the user interface. So the analytics capabilities, the goal is to deliver accurate real-time information. So in modern businesses, conditions change rapidly, okay, in terms of the competitor actions, market shifts, supply chain disruptions, customer demand changes. So decision makers from frontline supervisors to top executives need up to the minute correct data to make effective decisions. So real time means that as soon as data is generated, like sales occurs, a sensor detects a fault, it's available in the BI system. For example, a logistics manager sees a live feed of delivery delays and can reroute trucks immediately. So last 2-3 weeks, I went to China and I was visited some of their large agriculture plant. Okay. So in China, the agriculture they use IoT devices, the data analytics to collect data from the farm, and their farm is huge, massive, very large. So they have a dashboard, a large dashboard as well, and the dashboard display data about the wind, the temperature, a lot of data there. Okay, so any changes, they can see it immediately. So the dashboard is like very big. It's not like a TV panel, small TV panel like 44-inch. It's very large. So all the data, they put it in the dashboard. So it's a live feed of data, and the manager can see any changes of the plant, of the wind and everything to make fast decision. So there are 6 major analytic functionalities. One is the production reports. It's a predefined, regularly generated reports, can be daily, weekly, or monthly, and often automated and distributed to relevant teams. For example, you want to generate reports, monthly sales by region, or quarterly revenue summaries. Then it has parameterized reports. It's similar to production reports, but allow user input to customize them. For example, a sales report where the user selects a date or region. So we want a specific reports based on date, for example, from 1st October until 31st October. And we want it in maybe in Jakarta only. Okay. So it reduces the need for creating multiple fixed reports. And a dashboard or scorecards. So dashboard is a real-time or near real-time visual displays of key metrics. So what are the key metrics that we want the dashboard to display? So we can set. Scorecard is track performance against preset target KPIs. For example, executive dashboard showing revenue, expenses, and customer satisfaction metrics. Then it has the ad hoc query or search or report creation. It lets users create their own reports without waiting for the IT. For example, a marketing analyst filters customer data to find high-value leads based on recent purchases. Drill down, navigating from a high-level summary into increasingly detailed data. For example, we want to get the information about total annual sales to sales by quarter, sales by product, and sales by salesperson. From the general information, so we want to be specific. We want it specific. So it's great for identifying root cause of trends. The next one is forecast scenarios and models. It predicts future outcomes or testing hypothetical situations. So we have linear forecasting. It will project future values based on past trends. Then we have what if scenario analysis to test how changes in variables affect outcomes. For example, what if we increase and spend by 20%? Okay, what if? Okay. Data analysis models can include statistical optimization or machine learning models for deeper insight. So we can see the type of reports based on the business functional areas. So for the sales area, normally the reports can be sales forecast, sales team performance, cross-selling, sales cycle times. Okay, so for the service or call center, the reports can be customer satisfaction, service cost, resolution rates, and churn rates. Okay, so you can read this type of reports based on the business functional area. So now we want to understand about the types of analytics capabilities. One is predictive analytics. So what is predictive analytics? As I mentioned just now, predictive analytics uses statistical models, machine learning, data mining, and historical data to forecast what is likely to happen in the future. It's built on the assumption that past patterns and relationships in data will continue under similar future conditions. So it will use mathematical models like regression or probability to estimate future outcomes, data mining to discover hidden patterns and correlations in large data sets. Historical data is the foundation where it will look at the past sales, customer behavior, or operational data are used to train the models. Assumptions of future condition. The model assumes that certain business and market conditions remain similar to those in the past data. So what the predictive analytics do, it will extract information from raw data to identify future trends, and it will detect behavior patterns such as customer likely to churn, estimate probabilities for events, like how likely someone is respond to an email campaign. Okay, common business applications. Normally, the predictive analytics will be used to predict which customers are most likely to respond to an offer, so you can target them and save on marketing costs. Best potential customers for credit cards. So we will identify prospects with the highest likelihood of signing up based on income level, spending habits, and past credit behavior. And then at-risk customers, spot customers likely to cancel subscriptions or switch to competitors, so you can take retention actions. Customer response to price changes and new services. Estimate how customers will react to price increases or the launch of new services, aiding pricing strategy. Okay, the example in the slide is the FedEx predictive analytics system. You know, FedEx is the company for distributing or sending parcels, right? So what they do, the FedEx uses predictive analytics to anticipate customer behaviors, such as whether a customer is likely to stop using FedEx services. Because nowadays there are many delivery companies. In Malaysia also we have few. So which one that we want to choose as a customer? And because of the competitors like this, the delivery companies, they need to have a predictive analytics. So by identifying at-risk customers early, FedEx can proactively reach out with retention offers, saving revenue and improving loyalty. Okay, big data analytics. Big data refers to extremely large, complex data sets that traditional databases cannot handle efficiently. Big data analytics is the process of examining these massive data sets to uncover hidden patterns, correlations, and trends for better decision making. Predictive analytics is one type of big data analytics. It uses these huge data sources to forecast future events or behaviors. So what are the sources of big data for predictive analytics? Basically, we will get it from the social media by the posts, likes, shares, comments, and sentiment analysis. And then we get the data also from consumer transactions. They purchase, they made payment histories, their online browsing, and their loyalty card usage. And then we also get the data, massive data from the sensor and machine output like IoT devices, the trackers, GPS trackers, industrial sensors, or medical equipment logs. These streams of information are high volume, high velocity, and high variety, making them perfect for advanced analytics, but challenging for traditional systems. Big data analytics driving more towards smart cities. For example, smart cities basically aim to use data-driven technologies to improve urban living. For example, in terms of utility management, we use smart meters for electricity, water, and gas, which send real-time usage of data. And when we use this utility management, smart utility management, it can predict the demand spikes, optimizes the energy distribution, and reduces the outages. For the transportation operation, GPS and traffic sensor data predict congestion before it happens. Okay, so like in Malaysia, we have this prediction when is the best travel time when we want to use highway. Yeah, because if you use the highway to travel at certain like peak time, then we will trap in the jam, for quite some times. In highway, it's difficult. So we have this. So for the transportation operation, it can adjust the traffic light timings. Okay, so if the queue is too long and this route is not long, not many cars, then the road with many cars will go first. So we will not wait for our turns for the traffic light to become green, to go. And then it will also provide alternative route suggestions. Like in Malaysia, we use Waze. So Waze will predict which is the best route for us to go based on the traffic, based on the how many traffic light that we have go through, based on the Waze. So there are different criteria that the Waze use to suggest the alternative route suggestion. And sometimes if we are using the route suggested at first, we have go halfway, then the Waze will change the direction based on what is actually going to happen upfront. Okay, then it will also improve the public transport scheduling. In terms of the healthcare delivery, wearable devices and hospital sensors send patient vitals to cloud analytics system, so it can do the early detection of health issues, predictive hospital staffing, targeted public health campaigns. Public safety examples are the crime data, CCTV feeds, and social media alerts analyzed in real time. So it can predict crime hotspots, helps police allocate resources proactively, and enhances disaster responses. Okay, the next one is the operational intelligence and analytics, OI. Okay, we call it OI, focuses on real-time monitoring and analysis of day-to-day operations so that organizations can react instantly, not after the fact. So the purpose is to detect and respond to problems as they happen. The traditional BI will look at historical data to support long-term planning, but operational intelligence will look at the live data, and it can support the immediate action. Internet of Things, data sources can be like web activities, physical sensors, and monitoring devices. The relevance to OI, IoT devices generate continuous real-time data streams, which are exactly what operational intelligence systems use to monitor and react instantly. So from the IoT devices, we can get the live data. So operational intelligence will use this live data to make instant prediction. Okay, so data sources, for example, sensors in trucks like the location tracked by GPS, the fuel sensors, tire pressure monitors, and engine diagnostic. So this one we use for the fleet management system. Fleet management system, we need to have this type of data. Okay, sensors in trains, sensors in industrial systems. So how operational intelligence and IoT works together? For example, truck sensors report the tire pressure. If it drops too low, an alert is sent to the driver and maintenance team before a breakdown occurs. So in Malaysia, there are a lot of fatal accidents happen because of the truck brake failure and so on, the tire pressure. Like every day we have this. So the implementation of the OI and IoT to alert the driver and the company about the condition of the truck or lorry is very, very important to minimize the accident. Because in Malaysia, we have a very big truck or lorry. They are using highway and they are speedy in the highway. And it's giving, risk to the others driver. Then we have the next one is the location analytics. It's a branch of big data analytics that focuses on analyzing data with a geographic or spatial component. So the data sources comes from the mobile phones, which are your GPS signals, the app check-ins, whenever you check-ins, and geotag social media posts, you tagging. Okay, those are the data sources for the location analytics. And then the sensors from the IoT devices which track movement, environment, or equipment, and the digital map. Okay, so the purpose is to discover patterns and relationships tied to where the events occurs. For example, a utility company could use location analytics to compare customer costs across the regions. It will reveal that one neighborhood has significantly higher electricity costs due to older infrastructure. Okay, the next one is Geographic Information System. It's a technology that captures, stores, and analyzes and visualizes the location-based data in map form. It allows decision makers to see spatial relationships and patterns that are hard to detect in raw tables or charts. So how it works, GIS layers location data, for example, the customer addresses, the resource locations, the crime reports on top of a map so you can analyze them in context. So for example, a utility company can use GIS to map where customers are located and overlay that with infrastructure locations like the power plants, substations, or transmission lines. So this helps visualize which areas are served by which resources and identify coverage gaps or bottlenecks. Okay, the next one is the business intelligence uses. As I mentioned just now, the business intelligence has different uses. For example, it will support for semi-structured decisions by the middle managers, and they use decision support system. So they can make structured decisions, unstructured decisions, and semi-structured decisions. Okay, so DSS designed for super users like managers, analysts, or experts who want to go beyond standard reports. So it will give these users tools to explore data interactively, run the models, and answer what-if questions without waiting for IT to build custom the reports. So the common DSS features are what-if analysis, sensitivity analysis. So sensitivity analysis examines how sensitive an outcome is to changes in a single variable. So you have to change a variable, then you will see the outcome. So it is useful for identifying which variables have the biggest impact. Then we have the backward sensitivity analysis. This one we start with a desired outcome and works backward to find the input values needed. For example, if you want to achieve 1 million profit, what sales volume do we need at the current prices? Pivot tables, this is a spreadsheet tools like Excel for multidimensional analysis. It lets you summarize, group, rearrange data quickly to see patterns from different angles. For example, you want to see the sales by region, then by product category, then by salesperson, all in seconds. Intensive modeling techniques, it consists of statistical modeling, optimization model. Statistical modeling is like a regression, correlation analysis. Optimization model is to find the best combination of variables. The simulation models to run virtual environment to see the possible outcomes under certain uncertainty, and forecasting models to predict future trends from historical data. So if you see here, these are the power users who are the producers of the business intelligence. There are the IT developers, super users, business analysts, and analytical modelers. And these are the casual users who are the consumer, which consists of 80% of employees. Okay, so these are the capability of the production reports, and these are the users, and these are the purpose. Okay, so you can read this. I think this is the last but not least, the users. We know that decision support for senior management. We use ESS. This is a specialized information systems designed to help top management to analyze complex situations and make informed strategic choices. So it can combine the internal and external data. It has the drill down capabilities. Okay, normally the executive will look at the summary first, the overview first, like the total sales. Then they can ask to drill down to see more detailed data. So it will help to find the root cause or issues to identify specific opportunities. Okay, I think for the time limited today, I can only give you lectures until this slide. So thank you so much on the patience on listening to me. I know that that is not really interactive because I just want to finish the information first. So you listen first and then you can ask me. But I need to leave before 12. Okay, if you have any question, maybe you can type, and if I don't have time to reply, maybe I can email or inform Ongki, Mr. Ongki, of the answer. Okay? Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sorry for the speedy lecturing.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Zurida, for the comprehensive and inspiring presentation. Now we will continue with the Q&A session. Anyone, for all participants, please feel free to type your question in chat box or you can raise your hand. Okay, Haryono. Okay.
Okay, thank you, moderator Mr. Ongki Alexander, for the opportunity, and thank you, Dr. Zurida, for the very insightful presentation. My name is Haryono, and I am a fourth semester student from the Informatics Engineering program at Jakarta Global University. I was particularly interested in the section of your presentation discussing business intelligence users. You categorize them into power users, making up 20% of employees, and casual users, who form at the majority at 80%. This model seems to risk creating a knowledge gap, where the majority of staff become passive consumers of reports without truly understanding the underlying data or assumptions. My question is, what strategies can an organization implement to improve the data literacy of these 80% casual users? And how can we empower them to not just passively accept information, but to critically question and interact with the data presented by the power users? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I think the question that you asked maybe a bit had made you confused. Maybe you just look at the slide. The interpretation is like this. Okay, so there are two main categories of BI users. So the first one is the power users. Before I answer your question, you need to understand first what is the meaning of 20% of employees and 80% of the employees. Basically, there is no gap of what you mean just now. So the power users are the one who create the BI content. They are the creator of the BI content, such as reports, dashboards, or models. And they are more technical and comfortable with the BI tools. And their roles, like IT developers, they build and maintain BI infrastructure. So they design the production reports. The super users, there are advanced users in business units who create custom reports and dashboards. And then business analysts, they are the one who interpret data trends, create ad hoc analysis, and run deep dives. Analytical modelers, they develop the statistical models, predictive algorithms, and simulations. So in business intelligence, we have the developers lah, okay, the producers, which only 20%. We don't need a lot of them. And casual users are the consumers, who are 80% of the employees. So primarily, they are the one who consume BI outputs rather than create them. So when we develop, we need to have a user. So they are the user. So they are less technical. They focus on decision making based on BI insights. For example, customers or suppliers, they may receive limited dashboards or reports. And operational employees, maybe they just use reports to guide day-to-day tasks. Senior managers, they view high-level dashboards and scorecards to track the KPIs. Manager or staff, they use ad hoc queries and or lab tools for specific business operations. For business analysis, basically they overlap with the producers. They may use advanced analytics outputs for decision making. Okay, so BI is not one size fits all. The capabilities are matched to user expertise and needs. Of course, if the user doesn't know how to use, then we need to do training for them. So that's why most employees, 80% are the consumers, whether they are using the BI tools through the interface just now that I have explained, for their daily operation to make daily problem or decision making, or they are the one who rely on pre-built reports and dashboards. Okay, so there are smaller groups who are the producers and bigger groups who are the users. Am I answering your question?
Okay, Haryono.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Dr. Zurida. That was a very clear and helpful helpful answer.
Okay, all right, thank you. Next, from Mas Adimas. Yeah.
Okay, good morning. Thank you, Mr. Ongki, and good morning, Dr. Zurida.
Hi,
Okay,
good
so I see this data-driven decision making is very powerful, and I also have experience to use the one of the platform, the SAP. But when we comes to the traditional company, then we ask them to implement the system. We always ask if we do this system, how much we invest and what is the outcome. So do you have any best practices, like if we implement this system, what the outcome of the system, how much they will increase their productivity, maybe like that.
Oh, okay. So this one basically involve on how are you going to select system to be used by your company. So when it comes to the selection of system to be used in your company, there are several criteria that your company should consider. First is the infrastructure inside your company, the IT infrastructure, whether it's ready or not to take to implement the system in your company, the IT infrastructure. So if it's not ready, then you have to invest. So the second one is basically the purpose of the system that you want to use in your company, whether it meets the strategy of your company, the process, okay, and the readiness of your company, and then the budget also. The third one is your staff readiness lah. Your staff readiness, whether they're ready or not to convert to the old system and to use the new system. And then the fourth one is the ROI lah, that you said just now, whether it can give the income back to your company or not. That one there is a calculation. There is a calculation on how to get the revenue back if you are you invest certain amount of money, how long that you will get back the cost. Okay, so there are I think financial criteria that you need to consider. Yeah, that one can be like another class that I can conduct. We call it in IT project management. Yeah, we have these specific topics on how to choose the system that can bring back the profit to the company. Okay.
Okay, understand. Thank you, Dr. Zurida.
All right, thank you so much, Adimas. So, because right now in Malaysia it's already 12 p.m. So yeah, before we wrap up, allow me to brief summarize the key takeaways from today's lectures. First, we learned that information systems are more than just a technology. They integrate people, process, and data to support effective decision making at every level of an organization. Second, through business intelligence and analytic, organization can turn raw data into valuable insight that drive smarter strategies and improve efficiency. And third, decision making today is no longer static. It's supported by real-time data, faster and more accurate decision. And finally, as emphasized by Dr. Zurida, technologies alone is not enough. The human factor remains essential in interpreting data and transforming information into meaningful action. So in conclusion, effective decision making happens when technology and human intelligence works together toward shared organization goals. So once again, thank you so much, Dr. Zurida binti Ishak, for sharing your expertise with us today. Now I'd like to hand the session back to our MC, Ms. Nurul, to continue the next agenda. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much for Dr. Zurida, who have already explained a very nice presentation and talk about our topic today, which is about information system for supporting decision making. What I also have heard and follow just now that the decision making is with the people. So yeah, even if we already make such a good technology, such a good information system, we still need to confirm with the people who use the technology, so it will be on the right usage. Okay, very interesting. Any other questions from participants? Already finished, Mr. Ongki?
Yeah. Already finished because in Malaysia it's already 12 p.m.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all from Dr. Zurida. Thank you so much. Next, we will have the next agenda, which is token of appreciation and photo session. To Ms. Awa, please, for the certificate, and also with Dr. Zurida. Already? Okay, can do full screen maybe. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much for handling me the certificate of appreciation. Thank you once again.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Zurida. Already screenshot, Ms. Awa? Already screenshot? Mr. Ongki?
Yes, Miss.
Already
Already
screenshot. Okay, thank you so much. Before I close our event today, please, to all participants, we will have photo session together. Maybe we can have a photo together. Please open your camera. Okay, can you please open your camera? All right. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay. Another, please wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay. Slide 3. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, slide 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alhamdulillah, finally, it's already at the end of our session today. I'm so glad that we have a lot of information, a lot of knowledge shared by our speaker today, which is Dr. Zurida. Once again, thank you so much, Dr. Zurida. We hope that maybe next time we can meet together. And please, next time maybe you can come to JGU and maybe we have another collaboration.
Yeah, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think
Thank
that's
you so
all for
much,
today.
Dr.
Okay,
Zurida.
bye. Yeah.
Thank you. I think that's all for
Thank
today. And
you.
also thank you for all the participants. That's all. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Oh,
Terima kasih. Thank you.
Recording